just mentioning about Foxy Forever versus Wasim Faris previously.
Yeah, a £3 pull for Wasim Faris, who was beaten half a length and a neck by Foxy Forever at Bath last time. Wasim Faris won this 4 years ago, which, considering that it was a veterans race then, is some effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, it'll be tight between the pair. As I say, I put Foxy Forever in the paper, but at the prices, that Foxy is 7-2 and Wasim Faris is 11-2. I think if I were enjoying a glass of cider on track this afternoon, Alex, I'd probably go with Wasim Faris. Now, Harry Hurricane is interesting. It's been a fair old time between drinks. The last time we saw this horse in winning action was in September 2016. As you say, certainly this season, there's nothing to suggest that he's badly handicapped here. Near misses off 81, today's mark at Goodwood at the start of May, and then at Newmarket off 83 a fortnight later. So he's certainly handicapped to be there or thereabouts, but he has won one race between now and September 2016, and that was the Magnolia Cup, which he won at Glorious Good and the Qatar Goodwood Festival last August. But racing under rules, he's drawn a blank now for what, nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
And that is a bit of a worry for all that he's been running perfectly well off this sort of mark.
Yeah, and he's a pace horse, isn't he? He's in stall 1, so maybe he grabs the rail, makes all. Maybe they come and get him. And Petik's side is in good nick at the moment, sort of there or thereabouts in a few races. He's fairly handicapped, goes well at the track.
Yeah, well, he's a horse who's most of his career has done well on undulating tracks like this. He's won at Goodwood in the past, loads of times, and also Epsom. So these sort of tracks, for one or other reason, seem to suit Petik's side. And in terms of handicapping, I think he's quite interesting here, Alex. Now, the bad news is that it's May of last year, the last time we saw Petik's side win, but he has gone down the weights as a result of some indifferent performances in that time. He scored off 91. He competes today off 72. Consider maybe at Sandown 2 starts ago, he ran well, just beaten a couple of lengths when fourth behind Fantasy Keeper. And for all that he's 10 years old, Petik's side mixes these veterans
20
races
seconds
with
remaining.
running against younger guns as well, doesn't he? So, in the case of Harry Hurricane, we're talking about a horse who's gone nearly
10
3
seconds
years
remaining.
without winning. And both horses have been casting their nets in fairly competitive sprint handicaps, which aren't
3,
necessarily
2,
easy horses to
1.
win, races to win. But with Petik's side, we're going back just over a year, and certainly he's fallen down the weights, and he's run okay recently as well. So he's a horse that certainly has more, or as many positives, more positives than negatives. Who else have we got? Dr. Doros.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. He's
different, very different profile of horse,
Yeah,
isn't he, to the two that we've just discussed.
Yeah, I mean, she's not really got into. I mean, she blew the start in Nottingham on her reappearance. Forgive that. Never really got competitive, really, although not disgraced at Chepstow last time. Maybe she's the type. 3 of her 4 wins have come sort of beyond June. As the seasons progress, and so maybe she's that type. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she had a blinding season last year, didn't she? And just hasn't really shown up in 2 outings this season. You could possibly forgive the run on soft ground at Nottingham, but the below par run at Chepstow last time on quicker terrain is harder to forgive. She's now just, £3 above her latest winning mark. That was Catterick at the start of October last year. Different type of profile to the older stages that we've just been talking about.
Last couple going forward then for this Salisbury contest. The right little puzzle, isn't it? The Inspire Foundation Veterans Handicap as the last one's going forward. Old Wasim Faris, 10-year-old. He's got another 10-year-old in there in Petrick's side. Let's see how they get on.
Thanks, Alex. Wasim Faris looking to win this race for a second time. Winner of it back in 2015. Going forward now into stall 3. So last one going in. Wasim Faris and Pat Dobbs completing the lineup for the Inspire Foundation Veterans Handicap over 5 furlongs. All in. And they're off. So racing then over 5 furlongs for the Inspire Foundation Veterans Handicap, and Harry Hurrigan was smartly away in the pieces from stall 1. Lead in the early stages from Zach Brown, who's going up to contest the lead. 2 lengths to